Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, the Python Gurukul. So today we'll be talking about Pytest fixtures and we'll be talking about the monkey pads. This is really one of the hot topic for developers as well as the QA engineers. So we'll be talking about what monkey patch is, and then we'll be going through all available functions at one place. And then we'll see a couple of the examples how we can do the patching of environment variable, attributes, and the current directory. So before going further, I want to bring some context behind it. So monkey patch is a very generic term being used in the software industry. Mostly a developer uses it, but monkey patch came from gorilla patch. And the gorilla, the meaning, if one army is passing by with their own objective, there is another army, they have their own objective, but due to this particular army, the course of action was changed for short period of time, and then this gorilla team is gone. So that's where it was very popular and being used, but now it has been changed to monkey pads. So the term we need to keep in our mind is that runtime. So monkey pads provide the capability at the runtime we can modify class, module, function, data path, environment variable, anything we can modify at the runtime. That's very handy. We don't have to have the copy of the code and then modify, maintain several copy and call them. Monkey patch brings lots of things, but it takes a little bit of time. We need to set our mental model to start using it. And I want to list you a couple of the scenario where we can use the monkey patch. So maybe we can use for bug fixes, for our verification, or we have to have some scenario to test external library, a standard library, and we want to change the methods. Or if we have a complex REST scenario, we want to avoid the calling the REST call, we can do that with the help of monkey patch. Maybe we want to reduce the execution time or come up with a dry run test suite or handy for integration testing. So you can see that the usage of the monkey patch. Let's bring all functions at one place, what all it has. So monkey patch has set attribute, delete, set item, set environment, delete environment, and very similarly for path, system path, and change directory. Another thing I want to bring to your notice is the regime. So let's say if we are calling the set item and if the attribute is not there. So in those scenario, if the raging is true, this particular function will throw the exception, otherwise it will not. And that's good to know. So let's move further and take a look at one of the simplest example. So in this example, we are setting the environment and this is the function we have just looked at. This is how we'll be calling. So we are calling set environment. In the set environment, we are changing the environment of books DB directory with some of our data. So the reality is this particular thing is being changed in our own environment. So the code running in our system, it's not affecting. It is only visible to our own session, our own environment, not to whole system. How we are using it? Very simple. So while writing our test cases, we will be using the monkey patch fixture. And in our previous video, we have seen that how we can use the fixture. So we don't have to do anything, just use the fixture name in the argument. And as soon as we know, now this test has the capability to use the monkey patch. And that's what we did here. We did the monkey patch, set the environment, and now we are running the test. So while running the test, I'm calling the run books and we'll see the code what it does. So we are building test config where we will be writing all these test cases. But for these test cases to use, we are using one run books. This is the CLI application and the book application which we have been using. But to invoke the CLI, we are just using this run books. Whatever command we pass, those command will be call in the runner mode, we are calling the application and the command. That's what we are doing. So wherever you see the run books, just refer this particular function. So, and that's what we already saw here. So now we are going back and trying to patch one of the attribute, one of the function. So let's say CLI module has one get path function and we don't want to call, do this operation at the runtime. We want to patch this one with something else which we control. And again, we'll be keep building this test config file. So we'll write this test and patching in the particular config file. Let's go to the next page. And just I'm hiding the remaining part of the config test config, only highlighting the one which we want to emphasize. So this is the get path. This is the attribute which we will be modifying with the help of MONKEYPATCH. So if we are writing the patch for function, so we have to write our own function. That's what we have did. So inside our test function, we have used monkey patch as an argument, means this particular test function has a capability to use the monkey patch. What we did, we came up with a gate path, but we are saying fake gate path. And what it does, it returns the temporary path. So whenever we'll call the gate path, this particular function will be called. And how we are doing the binding, this is very important. So the monkey patch dot set attribute. And then we want to say that which module, this is the book.cli, which attribute get path, and with what we are binding. So we are binding with the fake get path. So this is the engine which is focusing that if we are calling the get path, what should be called? And we are calling the runbook will call the get path, and we'll get the config, and we are able to run our test case. So we are looking at test config.py. And in the test config py, this is our helper function to invoke the CLI and run the command. And then we have written one simple test case the way we have been writing. But from here, we are doing the patching. So in this test function, we call the monkey patch fixture, and then we are setting the attribute. Another test function, again calling the monkey patch. This time we are patching one of the directory, and we are setting the attribute. We are setting the value. The last one, the environment variable. Um, Again, we are setting the environment with this particular variable, environment variable, and this is the data. And while calling, this is going to be returned. So this is how easy it is. So now we are bringing the command prompt, and in this command prompt, I'll just run the test config.py, and we'll see that all the test cases pass. These four test cases are not the simple test cases. These are all mock. One was the usual test case, but all three remaining were mock test cases. So now we see that the power and beauty of this particular. And that's all I had for today. If you like my video, please share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.